Hi everyone, this is Gail with Pretty Presets, and today I wanted to create a video that helped you understand how to use the brushes in the Sugar and Spice collection and how they can really complement your editing. The Sugar and Spice collection was really developed to enhance color in photos and to even change color in photos to help get that beautiful fall look. However, sometimes in order to do that, the presets have to be quite strong. And because a preset can only be applied to the entire photo, we can't just brush it off of skin tones. So if there's a little bit too much color that falls into the skin tones, but the background is lovely, we have to do something to counter that. And the way we've chosen to do that is with brushes. So today I'm going to show you how I would go about doing this. So I'm going to choose a preset over here from the Sugar and Spice collection. I'm going to start with Radiant. The first thing that I'm going to do is I love what this does to the background right here. Okay, I think that's absolutely gorgeous. I love the reds that it adds. But I'm going to come over here to my white balance because most of these presets, the white balance sets to auto. I'm going to look at as shot. Now, I like the skin tones in this a little bit better. I still think they need some help, but I don't love the background as much. I really liked that red, and I was kind of going for that red. So I'm just going to change it back to auto. And really, there is not a right or wrong. You can choose what you like better. That's the great thing about an editing, is that you get to choose what you like. And I'm just going to fix the skin tones just a little bit here. So let's start with, let's start with a brush. I'm going to choose my adjustment brush tool over here. I'm going to pick my Balance Magenta brush. It's the third brush down in the Sugar and Spice collection. I've got my flow set to 100. I'm going to bring my brush over here, decrease the size a little bit with the left bracket key, and I'm going to brush it on. And you can see that that's already eliminating a lot of the red from her face. And I already like that better, just with a quick brush over of that brush. What I'm noticing now is that I would like to do a little bit more of that eliminating red around her eyes and in any shadows on her face. So I'm going to select New. I'm going to leave it set at the Balance Magenta brush, and I'm going to reduce my flow to about 50%. I'm going to make my brush a lot smaller because I've zoomed in here, and I really want to just target the shadow areas around her eyes and get rid of some of that red. My kids tend to have allergies year-round, so a lot of times I do have to whiten their eyes and help get rid of the red in their eyes. So I don't know if this is even a result of the preset or not. This could very well just be my daughter's natural redness in her eyes. Just gonna go around the nose just a little bit there. I'm gonna make my brush bigger, and I'm just gonna do just a little bit more here on the cheeks. It's kind of in shadow right there. Good. I'm going to close that now. I'm going to hover over her skin tones to see if I'm noticing any color that's maybe a little bit too strong. I'm going to choose my brush again, and maybe come up here to the under eye circles and maybe just brush on a little bit right here under eye. There tends to be a little bit of blue right there. Okay, now let's zoom out. Let's click done on our brushes. And let's look at a before and after of what this preset looks like now. If we want to see what it looked like just when we had added the Radiant preset, I can drag the Radiant before over here, and you can see now that her skin looks a lot more balanced in color, but we still have that nice pretty red in the background. So We're going to start over with this photo again, and we're going to add another preset. So let's come up here, and this time we're going to choose, let's choose this Velvet Dusk. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my before and after. Now I think this preset, you're going to look at it and think, oh, that's way too strong, I don't love that. But let's come over here and look at the white balance, and I'm going to choose as shot on this photo. And look, just like that, with one little click, one little change, this preset actually looks really nice to me. So I still don't love, there's a little bit of redness still in her skin, and I'm noticing a lot of yellow-orange in her neck. So we're going to take care of that with our brushes. We're going to choose the Balance Magenta brush again, and I changed my flow down to 100. I'm going to up it just a little bit, and I'm going to come back in and target her eyes with 100%, because this is where I see a lot of red. So I'm just going to come around here, target her eyes with this brush at 100%. Make sure I'm even getting in the corners on the whites and around the nose right here. Now I'm going to zoom, well, we don't need to zoom back out. I'm going to hit New is what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to reduce my flow down to around 50%. I'm going to increase my brush size with the right bracket key. And I'm just going to brush, maybe not all over, but especially in the areas that are red. And I tend to see it mostly on this side of her face. I can try a little bit on her neck. Okay, let's choose New, and let's next choose Balance Yellow Orange. And I'm going to brush that on her neck. I'm still down at 50%, so I might have to brush a little extra, see what that does. Okay, let's click Done. Let's show before and after. Right now you're seeing the before, the radiance. Let me just go back in here and reset what Velvet Dusk originally looked like. This was changed, we changed the white balance and we added some brushes. And I really like the effect that this gives now. So let's start all the way over again. Let's take off our before and after. We're going to choose one more that's pretty strong. We're going to choose Saffron. Now, on this photo, again, I really love what it does to the background, but the redness really does overwhelm her face. So on this preset, you can see that it's set to custom. So if I choose auto or as shot, it's going to change the preset quite drastically because this preset has a custom white balance set to it. So what I'm going to do here is adjust the white balance a little bit of the shot. And I'm going to, this is set to plus 33 on the tint to the red. And because I'm noticing so much extra red, I'm going to drag this down just a little bit. Maybe somewhere in the teens or less. I don't know. Okay, let's start right there. Now I'm going to grab my brush once again. I'm going to choose Balance Magenta. I'm going to come in, zoom into her eyes, and just like I've done for all these other photos, I'm going to take out a little bit of the magenta that's in her eyes. Okay. And around her nose, there seems to be extra magenta there, probably just naturally. Now I'm going to choose New, and I'm going to use the same Balance Magenta brush, but I'm going to leave my flow at 50%. I guess my flow was already down to 50%. And I'm going to brush over some of the other areas of her face. Now if I turn on my overlay, I'm going to turn it on, you'll see some green here, don't worry. You can see kind of where I'm brushing, and you can see how as I layer over more of the effect, the green area gets darker, but when I just barely brush it on, you can see how light that is. So that's a really nice feature. Let me turn off my brush now. Let me just brush a little bit down here. Once again, I'm also noticing a little bit of yellow-orange in her neck, so I'm going to choose New. I'm going to choose the Balance Yellow-Orange, and I'm just going to brush over her neck to get rid of a little bit of that extra orange that seems to be there. Okay. If I think there's still too much, remember that you can go over you can add extra brushes. So if I choose New again, I can still brush on the exact same brush in the same location. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're not ruining your photo by doing that. So let's look at a before and after. Let's look at what this photo looked like when we added saffron initially and what it looks like now. You can see that the skin tones are hugely improved by just using the brushes in the Sugar and Spice collection. It didn't take me hours to edit any of these. I used just a few minutes for each one, and I got a beautiful outcome from 3 different presets. So don't be afraid to use those brushes to help balance some of the strong color that ends up in your skin tones with some of these presets. The presets are strong on purpose because we want that beautiful fall color to jump out at us. But sometimes you're going to have to balance that beautiful color on their skin tones. So thanks for watching.